May continued on in its sunny way. The forests were full and green. The rivers were running fast and strong. The days were long and warm, and everywhere you looked, flowers of the season were on full display. Summer was in the air. June promised to be busy, but I wanted to make sure I didn't get too wrapped up in the day-to-day that I missed out on the delights of the season. On a hot Sunday afternoon, we stopped to walk along the river at Marrow Meadow. The river flowed fiercely. I don't remember ever seeing it so high and run so fast. And we watched a solo kayaker as he tried to turn around and paddle upstream to wait for his friends. It was impossible. Watching him struggle against the current made me think of my own life. How I so often lately try to control everything around me. The more anxious I get, the more I try to control, and the less things seem to work out. It's usually when I relax into things and release expectations that things progress forward. It was a great reminder of the power of going with the flow. I love how nature is always filled with these simple little reminders and lessons. Life has a way of rushing past us, and it takes constant effort to slow down and be mindful of these little moments. Towards the end of May, I crossed another item off my summer bucket list. I had my first margarita outside on a hot day. Pure bliss. It was around this time that I found myself longing for the shore. There's something about coastal towns that I lust for. The salt, the sun, the feeling of escape. I suggested to Kevin that we should take another one of our day trips, so we headed to the coastal town of Mystic, Connecticut. Nestled along the picturesque shore of the Mystic River, Mystic is full of timeless New England charms. Both visitors and locals are enchanted by the blend of history, natural beauty, and small, coastal charms that encourage you to slow down and immerse yourself. After a quick stop in town, we headed to a little place my dad had told me about years ago. Tucked just off the busy, tourist-filled streets of Mystic lies an oasis that few people know about. A little island that offers panoramic views of the water and lush, colorful gardens. It's the perfect place for those like us who seek tranquility, serenity, and inspiration. It's the perfect place to slow down and just be. Exploring the island's shoreline, walking the peaceful pathways, and listening to the melody of the waves crashing against the rocky cliffs. It was the perfect place for us to recharge and find inspiration. Sometimes, in order to move forward, you need to slow down and be still. And I find days like these are essential for productivity. We were headed into Memorial Day weekend, the unofficial start of summer. Barbecues, picnics, trips to the shore, beach days. This Memorial weekend, I wanted to do it all. And I put an enormous pressure on myself to pack an entire summer's worth of events into these 3 days. But life decided to have other plans. And I found myself in the middle of yet another lesson of how to let go of expectations and go with the flow. Saturday morning, as we headed to our first destination, our plans unexpectedly fell through. I suggested taking a trip to a lake that I swam at as a kid. I figured it would be a quiet place to spend the afternoon. And I figured wrong. It was packed with jet skis and all sorts of teenage riffraff. So we decided to go to the other side of the lake. So we sat by the water, sketched, and enjoyed the afternoon. And moments like these are a great lesson in our ability to shift, let go of expectation, and move on. Sunday arrived with clear skies. It was bright and sunny, and it was hot. Incredibly hot. We planned to hit a few lesser-known parks and just take in the sights. Each armed with our medium of choice, we headed out. So often I find myself questioning why I'm creating these videos when I find myself doing nothing of consequence in them, and the final videos get so few views. Social media has warped our perspective of life. It's given us unrealistic expectations to live up to. It puts pressure on us to make our lives appear perfect. It makes us feel like we need to live a certain way, and if we aren't, then we're doing it wrong. But the truth is, there's no right way to live. Things don't need to be perfect or epic to be remembered. Beauty often can be found in soft, understated, simple moments of life. When I started these videos, it wasn't about capturing grandiose adventures and getting a bunch of likes. I started creating them during the pandemic as a way to practice my skills as a videographer and storyteller. But they've given me more than a way to track my creative progress. They've helped me slow down and notice all the little details I typically overlook. Like the different flowers that bloom throughout the summer. Each month there seems to be a new variety of fauna to behold. Or the way the leaves at the beginning of the summer are bright green, almost neon in color. But by the end of the summer, they're a deep, dark green. These videos have helped me reframe my memories so that the mundane moments become beautiful. So often we feel this need to be constantly doing, appearing like we're living these epic, beautiful, glamorous lives. This weekend, I had given in to that pressure. I'd been so wrapped up in it all that I almost missed out on simply enjoying the weekend. The truth is, life is rarely epic. Life is made up of small moments and simple days. Life can be ugly. It can be messy. It's a journey, and it's all about easing into it and going with the flow. June was almost here, and I tried not to feel disappointment that my plan to have an epic weekend didn't pan out. Kevin and I were still able to get out, enjoy nature, and spend time with each other. And in the end, that's the most important thing.